Well, hey guys, I'm here in CVS. I thought it would be fun for us to go through the CVS dupes of popular anti-aging products. Let's compare the generic versions of our favorite anti-aging products. I recently reviewed for you guys the Peter Thomas Roth eye wrinkle corrector or whatever it's called, the one that went viral on TikTok last year. The active ingredient is sodium silicate. Basically, it just kind of flattens down and tightens things. It's very temporary. A lot of people like this for putting on makeup. It's just very temporary. It can be irritating. Now, Plexiderm is a version of that, similar to the Peter Thomas Roth thing. However, I've gotten feedback from you guys. I've never tried either of these, but I've gotten feedback from you guys that the Plexiderm is not as good. Regardless, looks like Beauty 360 has a dupe for it here, the Rapid Reduction Serum. $30.49. Ay Dios, you guys. I think the Peter Thomas Roth, how much is the Peter Thomas Roth one? It can't be that much more expensive. This seems like a lot. Like Beauty 360, that's intense. And then the peptides can have a hydrating and subtle softening and firming effect. Peptides in skincare products, they also help to pull water into the stratum corneum that can smooth out the look of fine lines and wrinkles. All right, let's compare here L'Oreal Paris Revitalift Anti-Wrinkle Unfirming Moisturizer Pro Retinol. Usually when they say pro retinol, they basically mean a retinol ester. Don't be duped by that. Retinol esters, they're not horrible or anything, but they don't actually convert to the biologically active form in the skin that's going to improve collagen. So yeah, this has retinol palmitate. I mean, it's not a bad ingredient. It's an antioxidant, and it may help stabilize other ingredients. This is like a pretty thick, nice moisturizing cream. It has centella extract in it, which can help with barrier recovery, healing. It's an antioxidant. It's been shown to improve the final appearance of a scar. But here we have the Beauty 360 version of it. This one says with retinol, encapsulated vitamin A, and tetrapeptide complex. I don't know that this is necessarily this one, but anyways, we're going to keep going here. Yeah, this one has fragrance in it. Fragrance can be irritating in skincare products, but many people have no issue with it. Some people enjoy it. I've got a video going into detail about it. Palmitoyl peptides may help in improving collagen synthesis, but the research on that is kind of loosey-goosey. Yeah, it's a retinol ester in this product. It's not an actual retinol. I've been studying the ingredients because sometimes they put retinol esters along with retinol together because retinol esters can help stabilize the retinol, but I'm not seeing it. Anyways, this has panthenol, which is helpful for the moisture barrier and healing and recovery. It's got peptides again, and it's got shea butter. This looks like it would be a nice night cream. $17.49. Is that correct? Yep, B360. It seems like a lot. I'm trying to figure out what the difference between these two is. Like, why is one white and the other one blue? And I can't figure it out. This one's $17.49 and this one's $17.79. And I think the ingredients are the same. This one, again, has retinol palmitate. I'm not sure how those differ or why this one is ever so slightly less expensive. I was going to say less experienced. Eye creams are a matter of personal preference. They're not necessary. The moisturizer that you use on your face should be just fine around the eyes. Should have similar ingredients, humectants, occlusives. It's a matter of personal preference. Sometimes people want to employ active ingredients like retinol or maybe a hydroxy acid around the eyes. In that case, a specific eye cream with those ingredients is probably better because the skin around the eyes is very delicate, more prone to irritation by those ingredients. So using a product meant for the eyes in those cases can be beneficial. Speaking of active ingredients in eye creams, we have the Beauty 360 Retinol Eye Cream here. This would be good for wrinkles and crow's feet, fine lines, and any kind of sun-induced hyperpigmentation around the eyes. This can help improve the look of. Retinol, your skin has to convert it to retinoic acid. Research suggests that that does in fact happen and can be just as effective as like tretinoin for improving wrinkles. Now this is going to be, I guess, is this a dupe for Lorac, or is this just Beauty 360 doing its own thing? Kind of seems like it, because usually they tell you like compare to, but I'm not seeing that. And so this would be a good choice. How much is it? $19.79 versus, what is the Rock Eye Cream? Do they have the Rock Eye Cream here? They don't appear to. And they have a dupe of the L'Oreal Revitalift Anti-Wrinkle and Firming Eye Cream. No fragrance. Most eye creams do not. It has, again, the encapsulated vitamin A. That's kind of sneaky. It is retinol palmitate, which is not retinol. Panthenol and peptides. Again, the peptides can help plump up the stratum corneum, improving the look of wrinkles and fine lines. But what I'm seeing here is that the Beauty 360 versions do not have centella. Centella, again, helpful for healing, recovery, and can improve the final appearance of a scar. But I'm not seeing that in the Beauty 360 ones. Anyways, the price difference here is $16.79 versus $20.99 for half an ounce. Salicylic acid cleansers, they're an underrated anti-aging product, I'm telling you, because they're a lot gentler than leave-on salicylic acid, less drying, and they can help improve the look of hyperpigmentation due to sun damage, dark spots, and just smooth out skin texture. This one has menthol in it that can give a tingling sensation. If you're allergic to fragrance, it can cross-react. I mean, menthol is basically fragrance. But cocomityl propyl betaine is a mild surfactant. This is a 1% salicylic acid cleanser, so that's going to be helpful for just smoothing out skin texture. $6.29. The charcoal, it may help absorb excess oiliness. These devices, Beauty 360 has one, these silicone sonicating cleansing brushes. They're not necessary by any means, like your fingers work fine, but a tip, if you deal with hand eczema, which I do, it can be aggravated by contact with hand soaps, cleansers, including the prolonged contact of washing your face. So using something like this actually may help you out if you have hand eczema. You just put your cleanser directly on this rather than on your hand, and then you don't have to expose your hand to more cleanser that could further aggravate your hand eczema. And this one is $18.79, a lot cheaper than PMD. All right, adapalene. Brand name is Differengel. I get questions about Differengel or adapalene for anti-aging. It is a retinoid. Unlike retinol, your skin doesn't have to convert it to the active form. It's FDA approved for acne. Unlike tretinoin, which is prescription only, we don't have the breadth of research looking at it as a anti-aging ingredient. Specifically, we don't have any research showing that it like improves wrinkles and fine lines, although it can improve sun damage. We do have clinical studies showing that. I mean, in clinical experience, it definitely can improve the look of like age spots, sunspots, especially on the backs of the hands. It's underrated for sure. But adapalene is adapalene. Like, you don't necessarily need to get Differengel per se. And that is a substantial savings right there, about $10. Is that the same ounces? Yep, ounce for that's a good savings there. Speaking of retinol, this is one of my favorite retinol moisturizers, the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream. Neutrogena has put so much work over the years in their retinols. You can really be confident that they are getting into the skin and helping with collagen production. I mean, they've been shown in clinical studies to actually work. What is the Beauty 360 version? Again, they're coming at you with the Pro Retinol here. So is that going to be actual retinol or is it going to be a retinol ester? I'm seeing retinol palmitate, but I'm not seeing actual retinol. So there you have it. This is not a good alternative to that. Retinol in skincare products also can help improve the look of hyperpigmentation, smooth out skin texture. What is this little retinol smoothing serum here? Hyaluronic acid, retinol, and phytocomplex. So this is a dupe for the Rapid Wrinkle Repair Retinol Serum, which does have fragrance. I've never used the serum. Again, it's their retinol, which is good. This particular product looks very similar, considerably less expensive. $29.79 versus $21.99, basically $30 versus $22. Anyways, hyaluronic acid can pull water into the top layer of the skin, the stratum corneum, and smooth things out. I'm not sure what phyto complex is. This hydrolyzed myrtus communis leaf extract is what is in the Neutrogena retinol products, and I believe it has been shown to increase the efficacy of the retinol. I would go with this over this. I mean, this isn't bad, but it doesn't actually have retinol in it. So I would go with this one if you want the anti-aging benefits of a retinol and you want the Beauty 360 brand. I would go with the serum, although it does have fragrance. This one's supposed to be like the Rapid Wrinkle Repair Night Moisturizer, again with fragrance, but this would be a suitable alternative to the retinol moisturizer. Price comparison wise, we're going $31.99 versus $22.49. That's a pretty good savings there. If you've been using this retinol moisturizer, then consider maybe the Beauty 360 one. Although I can't, that's the thing, like I don't know how the retinol performance compares. What is this Intense Moisture Day Cream SPF 20? So the way most people apply sunscreen, they don't apply enough to ever actually get the SPF on the bottle. So SPF 20 ends up being something more like, I don't know, SPF 7. This, I'm willing to bet, is going to burn if it gets near the eyes too. But otherwise, you have a scented moisturizer that's going to be similar to the Deep Moisture Day Cream. It's kind of like some of the Olay facial moisturizers with sunscreen. The Intense Moisture Night Cream is going to be similar. Now, it's got vitamin D in it. Vitamin D actually is helpful in skincare products as an anti-inflammatory. And shea butter. Shea butter is all the rage in night creams. It's a good ingredient for reducing water loss. At night, water loss out of the skin is greatest because the permeability barrier is kind of more open as reparative processes are going on. Levels of melatonin rise in the skin, and that goes to work not only helping to fight off oxidative stress, but boosting up your skin's own antioxidants. So it's both a direct and indirect antioxidant. So these things happen at night, and as they are happening, you lose more water out of the skin. That's why things like the sensation of itch gets greater at nighttime as you start losing more water, and that is why it's a good idea to use certain active ingredients because you're going to get better penetration, and that's why you want a nice moisturizer on board to help reduce water loss, dryness, and irritation. Okay, the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Eye Gel Cream, in my opinion, is very, very similar to the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cream Extra Dry, the fragrance-free. Very, very similar. Like, this is what I'm talking about when I say you don't necessarily need a separate eye cream to just for the purposes of moisturizing around the eyes. Now, hyaluronic acid is desirable in moisturizing products, especially those that are intended for use around the eyes because, again, pulling water into the stratum corneum, smoothing wrinkles and fine lines, it's giving the skin around the eyes a more hydrated look, and it'll help your makeup go on better if the skin is hydrated. Now, when it comes to hyaluronic acid, some people find it to be irritating. It can enhance penetration of other things. But anyways, Beauty 360 has a version of the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Eye Gel Cream, and it is quite a bit less expensive, roughly $6 more or less. Can't complain with this price. The Eucerin Q10 Anti-Wrinkle Face Cream is one of my favorites. I highly recommend it. Q10 ubiquinone, it's an antioxidant. It can help reduce oxidative stress from exposure to UV. I really wish they had a generic of this, although it is, again, pretty affordable. Now, the Pro Retinol Night Cream, this just has a retinol ester in it, so just stick with this one. It's less expensive. And don't forget to cleanse as part of your anti-aging routine because cosmetic residue, impurities left on the surface of the skin is going to break down, create more irritation, more oxidative stress, more work for your body to do to heal and to repair damaged DNA, all that stuff. So get a gentle cleanser if you have dry skin in particular. I've talked about double cleansing at length, but all that to say, washing your face is part of a basic skincare routine, but it feeds into the anti-aging piece. This is the generic of the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. They recently reformulated this. The generic doesn't have... See, they added, when they reformulated Gentle Skin Cleanser, they added niacinamide and panthenol. But the generics are still similar to the old formula. And they're a couple dollars less expensive. Speaking of Olay, here's a good generic. The Beauty 360 fragrance-free generic of the Renewing and Sculpting Moisturizing Cream. This has peptides in it. Again, can help firm and hydrate the skin just by pulling water in the surrounding corneum, kind of similar to hyaluronic acid. Some peptides, like the duo that constitutes matrixyl, it's like a collagen fragment. It may stimulate collagen production, but the research on that is kind of, loosey-goosey. Take it with a grain of salt type thing. This has collagen and hydrolyzed elastin. That's not actually going to deposit those ingredients in the deeper layers of the skin, but it does help with hydration. And then carnosine is actually a peptide as well that works as an antioxidant. One of the first places that the visible signs of aging show up, it's an often neglected territory, is going to be the backs of your hands. Likewise, hyaluronic acid can be helpful there. I'm pretty sure the Hydro Boost hand gel cream has fragrance in it, and the fragrance in the Hydro Boost stuff is like very strong. But here's a generic if you happen to like it. Here we have the CVS version of CeraVe cream. Now recently I compared the Equate dupe of the CeraVe moisturizing cream, and I've been using it and loving it. Here it is. It's the price difference between CVS and CeraVe is not as generous as the price difference between Equate and CeraVe. The Equate CeraVe price differential is about $5, or at least as of the filming of that video it was. I can't speak to how the CVS version, the consistency, but the consistency of the Equate one is like identical. I mean, blind yourself and you don't even realize it, other than knowing you happily have $5 extra in your bank. I will say this though, when it comes to CeraVe, the V in CeraVe is like vehicle, and it talks about, it has to do with their MVE technology, which kind of allows for more of a layered, slow release deposition of the ceramides, which help with barrier recovery. So I don't know to what extent like the store generics reproduce that, but regardless, you really don't notice that much of a difference. And also we have the Cetaphil moisturizing cream version here by CVS. What's the price differential here? I don't know actually, because they don't have the Cetaphil one. The CVS one is $13.79. But I like the Cetaphil moisturizing cream. It's very emollient. It's got avocado oil in it, and it kind of gives the skin a nice glowy look. Feels a little greasier, however, in comparison to CeraVe, but I really like it. Here's a good generic of a hand cream, although already affordable. I was just saying how there aren't CVS versions of Eucerin, and here we go. This is a great product, the Dry Skin Therapy. It has alpha hydroxy acids, and it has urea. That's going to really help soften and gently exfoliate the dry skin. It's really good for your nails too. You want to be really on top of moisturizing the hands, because think about it, like you're touching stuff, they're just exposed to a lot more things that wear and tear on the barrier, and ultimately that contributes more to aging. So sunscreen on the backs of the hands, and keep on moisturizing. Speaking of moisturizing, here we have the CVS dupe of Aquaphor. Now, I compared Aquaphor to CeraVe Healing Ointment, but I haven't tried out any store versions. The one thing with Aquaphor and the generic here is that if you are allergic to lanolin, you have to steer clear of it. Just stick to Vaseline in that case. And they have the little mini tubes that you can take with you on the go. Speaking of anti-aging on the hands, check out this value, $4.19 for CVS Health Healthy Hands Hand and Nail Care Lotion. This is one it does have fragrance, which again can be irritating. This Vaseline Intensive Care Advanced Repair Jelly is 2 thumbs up. Highly recommend it. This is much less expensive. Yeah, this is underrated. Works great on the face too, as a side note. Looks like, is this a smaller bottle? Yeah, smaller bottle. Buy one, get one 40% off. This is another one. When it comes to crepey skin on the body, address it with a nighttime body moisturizer that has alpha hydroxy acids. Long term, that can help with improving skin texture and moisture retention, as well as it may help with collagen production. Lactic acid in moisturizers can help with that. What does this have? This is a dupe for Eucerin's Intensive Repair Lotion. You get $10.99 versus $13.49. Yeah, urea and lactic acid. I'm telling you, this type of product is underrated when people are hyping up anti-aging skincare. A basic lactic acid moisturizer for crepey skin on the body. Speaking of lactic acid body lotions, creams, moisturizers for anti-aging, the OG here, Amlactin, which is an affordable product at baseline. Well, I say that, but hello, inflation, that's pretty expensive actually. Anyways, the CVS version is a more than suitable alternative. There's no fragrance with this one either. Also good if you have rough and bumpy skin. It's great for improving skin texture. Heck, it might even improve the look of stretch marks a bit. Don't expect miracles, but it may help a little bit. Alright, can't do anti-aging without a trip down the sunscreen aisle. I mean, if you're not on sunscreen and sun protection, I don't know what to tell you. They don't appear to have as many of the CVS versions as they usually do, but this is a good everyday facial moisturizer with sunscreen. It will likely sting your eyes, but there is no cast with this. It's good if you have oily skin. It's an alternative to the Neutrogena Clear Face. This product does have fragrance, but it's great if you're outside participating in if you're outdoors participating in sport, because it's very fast absorbing, non-greasy. There's no cast with this. SPF 100 in reality turns out to be better than lower SPF, again, just because of the nature in which people apply things. So if you're outdoors, I don't know, playing tennis or whatever, this would be a good option. Now, the spray, people love sprays. I always point this out because I get questions from new people, but when it comes to sprays, you have to be very careful. They're very prone to under application. You need to do multiple passes. Make sure you're not spraying out into the wind. And in reality, you don't end up actually getting much product in these because of the propellants. So just something to keep in mind. Then we have this Live Better brand, a store brand, SPF 50. This would be a good option for being outdoors. It is a mineral sunscreen, so there's going to be a cast with this. I don't know if it's trying to dupe anything, but it looks promising. It looks like it'd be very moisturizing. It looks like it might be similar to the Aveeno mineral sunscreen. Ooh, what's this? Ultra Protection Lotion, SPF 50. Again, this is a chemical sunscreen. There shouldn't be any cast. There is fragrance, but this one likely will burn around the eyes, although it is water resistant 80 minutes. You want to look for water resistant if you're going to be out and about in the sweaty environs. And then we've got the sports sprays. Again, the limitation of the spray I already pointed out to you guys, but still still some savings here in comparison to, is this supposed to be a dupe for Banana Boat? No. Here's the dupe for Banana Boat, $9.79 versus $13.99. I'm kind of surprised they don't appear to have any vitamin C products, which usually there are a lot of. Like, I didn't even see the CeraVe vitamin C serum. Anyways, you guys, I hope this video was helpful. Don't sleep on the generic versions of your favorite skincare hygiene products. They definitely can be comparable, save you some money, which is my favorite thing. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.